guys, Julia here with season 3 of Supernatural. This season was quite the season, it's right after the Devil's Gate gets opened and some of the craziest things happen, you get to experience the 7 deadly sins and, evil, bad Santa essentially, but it ends up not being bad Santa. You get to see more to do with what used to be I believe they were called hellhounds, but not talking about the actual, creature, but talking about what becomes ghost facers. You get to meet Bella, and she didn't last very long in this season now that I think about it. But, no, it's probably one of my favorite seasons, to be honest. It's got 2 of my I guess it would be 3. Yeah, 3 of my favorite episodes in it. And that would be Bad Day of Black Rock, where Sam ends up getting a lucky rabbit's foot, and it actually turns out, like, if you lose it, it becomes bad luck, and he ends up losing it, and everything just starts happening to him. Like, he ends up losing his shoe into a drain, a sewer pit thing, and, like, he itches his nose and, like, the air conditioner ends up, either shutting off or catching on fire. Another one of my favorite episodes on this would be... Actually, I lied. There are 4 episodes that are my favorite on this. No. The next would be A Very Supernatural Christmas, just because that's the episode that has the supposed bad Santa, and, it's really funny. I've noticed there are, so far as from what I could tell, I've made a count of 3 different bongs, and it was this season, this episode in particular, one that's being made in a kiln, and in season 2 with one of the other yellow-eyes children. In his van he had one. I can't remember what season the one that's being made in the kiln is anymore. But there's that one, just because Dean ends up saying, "If you ever fudging touch me again, I'll fudging kill you." It's just one of those things where you're like, oh my god. The next one that was a favorite of mine was Mystery Spot, which in the long run, it actually is a terrible episode because you have to see Dean die over and over and over again. Like, he dies like over 100 times. And it's all because of the trickster that we got to meet, I believe, in season 2? I think. Don't quote me on it. You also get to, I have to say this show, for one, has opened my music, like, the different type of shows and stuff that, not shows, but different type of music that I have fallen in love with because of this show. Like, I listen to Heat of the Moment by Asia all the time now, and it just reminds me of this episode and makes me laugh. And the last one on this would be Ghost Facers, just because I thought it was kind of a funny thing that they just threw in, because, you look at shows like this and you're like, oh, well, you know, they are really, really serious, but they've just made, like, these episodes that, you know, kind of take you away. Like, they still have that hint of seriousness to them, but they kind of, like, explode with humor and just, you know, everything is all happy and hunky-dory and all that. But no, those are my favorite episodes of this. This whole season is literally Dean's last year on Earth. You know, he sold his soul to a demon in order to bring his brother Sam back to life. And because of that knowledge and everything, you're just like, how did they manage to fit all that into 1 year? Like, it's over a span of a year, and they managed to get that down in 5 discs and 16 episodes. 16! I believe that was the one. Yeah, 16. It's really, really short for a season, which I didn't really realize until just now looking at it. Like, I was watching it, and I was like, oh yeah, I have, you know, 1 more disc after disc 5, and I looked, and I was like, oh, no I don't. What is going on? Was there any that I did not like? I know there was, because I remember I was talking to Spencer about this, and I don't know, it was just one of those, I was just like, they could have done without it. Long Distance Call was one of them. You know, Dean thinks he's getting a call from his dad beyond the grave, and so he thinks that this guy holds his dad's deal, and he doesn't, and he almost kills a human. I believe anything to do with Gordon Walker. He showed up in the last season, I believe it was. You get to see him 2 or 3 times in this season, but I just hated Gordon Walker. He was not one of my favorites, and, you know, I feel like, I mean, I know that he added some depth to the story and everything, but I just did not like his character. Justin Bello was another really good one. You know, it's not one of my top 5, well, 4. I guess it would technically be my 5th favorite on this season. But, you know, you get the guys actually, you know, imprisoned in a little jail in a small town, and, like, all these demons start showing up, and they, you know, pretty much make a huge conversion of 4 or 5 other, you know, civilians to make them, you know, be able to handle the hunting lifestyle. And to me, that episode really just kind of stood out, just because you don't really see them trying to make civilians into hunters, because no one really wants this lifestyle. But slowly and surely, that's exactly what's happening at, you know, when they're saving these people, is people now know that there's bad shit out there, and then they're like, well, I want to be able to protect myself, and so then they're hunters. And so then the trend just keeps going on and on and on. I went off on a tangent, that's what I was going for. Yeah, like I say, there's not, I can never say it, but it's episode 9. It's a woman's book club that essentially a demon gives them a witchcraft book, and they use it to better their lives and everything, and then they just start ganking each other. And, you know, it's all the demons doing, really, but it's just one of those where I'm just like, okay, you know, I kind of understand why you're going with this, but at the same time, it's like, why? Wow, I'm already 10 minutes in. I guess I should just ramble on more often to make my videos longer? I'm not sure. Like I say, guys, leave questions or comments in the, what's it called? The comment box, obviously. But, leave your questions or comments there, and I can talk about or ramble on about just about anything if I really try to. So yeah. That's season 3. I just started season 4. I've kind of been skipping around watching it with Spencer, which, you know, I really should have started him on season 1. But I kind of was showing him the fun episodes first to kind of get him into the series. So it actually kind of worked. He's really interested in it now. So that makes me really happy. Go relationship goals. Woo! Anyway, yeah, so I will let you guys go for right now. I might do a vlog. I haven't done one of those in a few days. As of right now, I'm gonna let you go. Yeah. Bye, all.